Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Susan. I was born clairvoyant. I had a near-death experience and now I help other people get through their spiritual awakenings. And today I'm going to go back to my original 13 noticings from my first near-death experience. So stay tuned. I haven't picked this up in a very long time, so I still have to do number 12 and number 13. So today we're going to do number 12, which is no one is better at discerning your truth than you. Or as I like to say, you are your own best guru. So the reason I say this, and the reason this gets a little bit confused sometimes, is because when I was merged with that prime energy that we can call God or any number of names, it is an unnameable energy. When I was merged with this energy, as many of you already know, I became aware that there was no separation and that we were one and the same. And because of that, when I came to, I was rather shocked by that revelation. It actually felt like something a priest would punish me for thinking that I am the same thing as God, whatever that energy of God is. But it was my truth, and it was what I experienced during my near-death experience. Not that I am God's child, but that I am God incarnate, just like you are. There's a difference there. And it's certainly not the perspective I grew up with. I was raised in a very, very traditional church. And to even think something like that would be considered catastrophically arrogant. And that's why it took me a long time personally to even begin inquiring via prayer about that truth. I was so worried after my near-death experience that asking questions along those lines would be taken as some kind of irrevocable hubris. Like Icarus, I'd be struck down. I still carried some of that fear from my childhood. But the message I want to share with you today is perhaps a little bit startling, perhaps sounds a little strange, or maybe even a little dangerous feeling. But what I know for sure, personally, was that when I was merged with that prime energy, I knew we were one and the same. And because of this, because there is no difference, I will always be the best one to discern what is for my highest and best and what is true for me. Now, there is a slight catch to this theory. When I started intentionally studying along the lines of meditation and my clairvoyance that I was born with, it was about 20 years ago. And because of the way I grew up, being clairvoyant and going to church and being told, no, you're not seeing all these things that you're seeing, and misinterpreting a lot of what I was seeing. I grew up really believing that I was broken and possibly crazy. So about 20 years ago, when I realized I needed to begin studying these things to have some control and some mastery of it, and also to help other people, because even as a child, and this might sound strange, but even as a child, I knew that everything I was able to see must have a purpose to it. That it was not just a carnival trick. Why would God waste something like that on a party trick that no one else but me believed? So I knew from a young age there was something more to my clairvoyance than just being something super secret I should never speak about and never let on to. But when you first begin trying to grow and trust your intuition, it's not always natural and easy at first. You may need a teacher to help you discern. But consider it like working out. If you've never worked out before, you're more likely to hire a trainer to teach you how to use the machines and to teach you how to get the best workout. So when you're deciding, you're making that decision, yes, I want to investigate and explore my intuition and see what can come of it and see how I can deepen my experiences and perhaps even live a multidimensional life. At first, you may benefit from a trusted opinion of somebody else. But over time, the idea is to grow in your self-trust and live with a very safe and comforting feeling of sovereignty. That no, you don't know what circumstance may pop up next, but you trust yourself and your intuition and your wisdom and experience enough to know you'll be able to handle it. So while there is no one who will ever know you or what's best for you better than you, if this is a new practice for you, it will be best to involve someone else with you, who is close to you, who knows you well, and who will tell you the truth, hopefully lovingly, but who will tell you the truth. And then over time, you will get your sea legs and you will begin to trust yourself more. And you will need to check in with others less. And you will be living that life of knowing what's best for you personally as a small part of the whole that we often call God. So it does take practice if this has not been an intentional part of your life. But once you have practiced this for some time, you'll see no one knows you better than you. There is no better guru for you than you. So I hope this is inspiring. It's meant to be. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.